You're live. What a flop. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. We'll be starting the podcast very soon. The podcast. I want someone to give me a certain answer. 100% sure, guaranteed answer. This is... Okay. Verse 13 we're starting from. Okay, today we're starting from verse 13. Thank you very much, Halima. Guys, welcome to a weekly Quran podcast. I'm Ustaz Hamza. I'm a Quran teacher. I've been a Quran teacher for the last many years. For the last 12 years roughly. And I learned my Quran from Madinah Munawwara. That's where I was born. Not trying to say I went to Islamic University or I did this, I did that. It was a blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal that my parents moved to Medina and I was born there, raised up there. I memorized my Quran, and I think I have experience that I can share with you about Quran journey, Quran learning in general, and so many other things that you will benefit from immensely, inshallah ta'ala, if you pay attention and if you have intention to learn. I hope you all are ready, because today I am going to be covering some very important topics. Now, the thumbnail of this podcast, before we do that, guys, can you hear me? Is my voice beautifully clear? Can you hear me as if I am sitting in your living room and having a tea? Is that how clearly you can hear me? If you can't hear me that clear, then let's end the podcast. MashaAllah. I can see you lot live on YouTube. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Ya ahlan wa sahlan. I want you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like and share button. The thumbnail of this video, I don't see any answers, guys. I don't see anyone telling me if you can hear me loud and clear. Or maybe, okay. The answers come a bit slow. That's fine. Bismillah. What was I saying? Yeah, the title of this podcast is how to finish in Quran in the month of Ramadan. And so today that's what we are going to be doing. However, someone said, yes, we can hear you. No, not just hear me. I want you guys to, I want to know if you guys can hear me really well. Not just hear me. What's the point of spending £100 on a mic that you can just hear me? All right, you're loud and clear. Thank you very much. That makes me feel a little bit better. So the thumbnail of this podcast is not just to catch your attention or to get you to come here and then do something else. I'm not going to sell you signals. I'm not going to sell you any course. I'm here to, inshallah, give you some tips that you can take from this podcast. And inshallah, even during the month of Ramadan, if you're not with us and finishing an entire Quran with us online on this channel, inshallah ta'ala, or on my website, you can still benefit from this podcast. I'm here to aid you, to help you to get to a level where you can where you can read at least one entire Quran in the month of Ramadan. How about that, guys? MashaAllah. So, before we start this podcast, we are going to make a few things clear. First of all, I need some engagement. I need likes. I need you guys to share. If you don't like the podcast, dislike. Some sort of engagement. Any engagement is better. There's a slight latency on YouTube, and I expect that. So if I say something, I'm going to wait a few seconds to see an answer. But I wanted you guys to keep your hands on your keyboard. Type an answer. Those of you live on TikTok, you can join me live on YouTube, which is much better. It's the same username. Just type it on YouTube, and you can find me live just there. I'm going to do myself a favor, and you guys can do yourself a favor. Hit the share button and share this video, inshallah ta'ala, one last time, yeah? And I'm going to do it real quick, because I'm going to get people later on saying, you didn't tell me, or I didn't know, I forgot. So I'm just going to paste the link of this video and say, live now. Live now. You guys can do the same thing. You'll be doing yourself a favor by doing something called itmamul hujjah, so no one can come to you later and say, oh, but you should have at least all that will be out of the window. Once you share this video, people will know, okay, you did your bit, yeah? And inshallah ta'ala, if anyone benefits from this or they earn any rewards, you will be getting the rewards as well. So why don't you guys do yourself a favor and share this, inshallah ta'ala. Don't worry, I'm not going to be discussing any political things. We're not going to be, so if you share the link, it's not that someone's going to come live here and then later on have a word with your parents. How dare your son, how dare your daughter watching this live stream of this Maulana saying weird things? Okay, are we all ready? So we're going to continue from where we stopped last week. And I'm teaching Tajweed live, and I'm going to answer all your questions about Qaida, Tajweed, why this, why that. So let's start with Quran first, because Quran is the most blessed thing, and we want to start with Quran. Later on, at the end of this podcast, I am going to, thank you very much. Ansar is saying I shared on Facebook. Thank you very much. Robo Kose Ustad, I made a logo for you. Let's chat on Instagram. Sorry, I have about 12 requests. I'll definitely get to you. Okay, your name and where you're from before we start. Where you from? Where you from and what time is it at your place? I want to see how early you guys are watching this or how late you guys are watching this. Thank you very much. I like it when people do stop without asking. I have learned much from you. May Allah reward you. Very good explanation, says Sausos at S on YouTube. Ya hala. Someone in Europe, and it's 10 a.m. there. Someone said it's 9:06 in their place. Ahlan wa sahlan, guys. Ahlan wa sahlan. In Karachi, it's 6 p.m. I'm sure you're having biryani today. Or someone is inviting you for biryani. London, 9:06. Malaysia, 5 p.m. In Malaysia, it's 5 p.m. Let me get a cushion. Okay. I hope you guys didn't take this as a moment to judge my background. Bangladesh is 3 p.m. Germany is 10. In London 9-7. Okay. MashaAllah. Pakistan, Sialkot. Bhai, bada maza aayega aaj. 12 while waiting for Dhuhr. In Afa Khabar. Someone from Indonesia. Afa Khabar. Biryani on Thursday. Why? Why biryani on Thursday? Kashmir. Aye. तशरीफ लाइए मुन्ने चाय ला दे सबको हाँ चाय ला दे चीनी के बगैर है मारेगा शुगर से guys I'm getting you all some tea yeah so sit down relax sugar का pot ले आ साथ asking too many questions California 1-7 a.m. Legendary legends watch this late night. Only legends watch stream like this live late night. MashaAllah. I like it when we take over. It feels like we're taking over Netflix, huh? It feels like it. MashaAllah. Sir, are you Pakistani? I am Musalmani. Tajikistan. You see, the problem with the question like this is that if I say yes, then people assume things that I don't mean. Yeah? So I'm not gonna say yes. हाँ उर्दू बोलता हूँ हिंदी भी बोलते हैं. Let's get started, bro. Bismillah. Goldie, Bismillah. Someone said, please English. Well, I'll speak all the languages, inshallah, that I know, including Russian. Privet. How about that? And if this person is getting annoyed, I'm going to start speaking even more languages that I'm actually trying to learn. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Focus on verse number 13. نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. Again, I hope you guys liking the new look. Verse number 13. Don't focus on anything else, only verse 13 here. You're focusing on this. Yeah? Right? For peace of your own mind, I'm gonna rub everything off. So you don't say, Ustad, it was very confusing. Oh, pay attention. نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وزدناهم هدى. Now, focus on this part only. Guys, I hope you can ignore everything around this box. Focus on the box. Look inside the box. Don't look anywhere but the box and the box. نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. Now, let's see who was paying attention. How many words did I read? I'm gonna hide it from my TikTok viewers. The camera is still on. How many verses? How many words did I just read? Let's see the first answer. First correct answer, we're gonna transfer him £100 in the imaginary bank account. Umar on TikTok is the first one. Umar, you get £100 in your imaginary bank account. Well done. Just send us your imaginary bank details. Marwa, Latifa, well done. Kulthum, Imran, well done. Hussein, mashallah. This is so good, guys. Mashallah. I'll do 100 later. This is so good. You guys are paying attention. Look at this. نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. Well, here's what happens sometimes, not all the times. People end up thinking these are two separate words. I don't know why people think that, but they think that. Now, there is a clear gap between each and every word. Barakallahu feekum. You see the gap here. I hope you can see it. Understanding this, although you might be thinking, Ustad, do I look like a baby to you? No, you don't. I mean, if you're behaving like an adult, then I'm going to think of you as an adult, right? Okay, why does this feel like this camera is a bit... Why? Is it only me, guys? Okay, let's see if we can improve this slightly. The reason I'm saying this is because when you don't know this, it causes a lot of problems. It really causes a lot of issues for people when they are trying to read Quran accurately. And I want to explain why. If you're able to see these 5 words clearly, separate from each other, listen to me, then you will enable yourself to focus on each word at a time. If you can't draw this distinguishing whatever I was trying to say. What was I trying to say? If you can't do this in your imagination, in your mind, not imagination, in your mind, if you can't do it like this in your mind, then you will be making a lot of mistakes. Especially if you are not have the Quran, if you don't recite Quran regularly, you're going to find issues doing this, yeah? So, number 1, you read a verse, you should be able to see words. You should be able to distinguish between one word and another. If you can do this, and I'll explain what happens when people don't do this, and I'm going to give you an example. When people don't do this, here's what happens. They say, نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ. Look at that. That's a very common mistake. نَبَأَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ. When people make these mistakes, I wonder why they're making it. I think. And I realize because they don't know this is a separate word. When you look at this verse, and I know I read it a few times, and now you know the words, now you're going to be ignoring it. Pay attention. You should be able to focus on this word only. And then you should be able to focus on this word separately and this word separately. Yeah? Now, if you do that, here's what's going to happen. 5 separate words. Yeah? 5 separate words. Now, here's what's going to happen now, guys. Your mind is automatically going to guess the word that you have read already. Which I assume this word here, alayka. Maybe the word nahnu, to some of you, you read it so many times in the Quran that you know it. The word that you already know, your mind is only going to guess it. Your mind is not going to spend time spelling it. But the words that are new, especially this first noon here that has a shadda on top, your mind is going to pay a lot of attention to it. Now, because your mind is putting a lot of emphasis on this, is focusing on this a lot, you are not going to be able to focus on the rest of the words. But when people don't know this, what they do, they try to read this word and at the same time try to catch on to this word, to say these two words together and the third word together, and they make mistakes. So focus on one word at a time. And I say this a lot of time to students who make mistakes when they read Quran. One word at a time. Stop reading the entire verse. Stop reading line after line. This is how you should read. If you're a beginner, if you're learning. نحن نقص. Now move to next word. عليك نبأهم بالحق. Are you guys with me? So my khala made biryani once upon a time. The biryani was on the table along with so many other things. As soon as I saw biryani on the table, my mind can only see biryani. I see nothing else. Look how good I am. How focused I am in my life. I see nothing else. I did not see salad. In fact, later on, when we were waiting for the dessert, hold on, is this salad? Sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't know what water was. I didn't know there was roti, there was salad. I cannot see anything else. Just like I focus on biryani, your mind should focus on one word at a time as you recite this verse, inshallah ta'ala. Guys, I'm talking to those of you who are not regular at reciting Quran. When I say regular, for those of you who know Quran off by heart, you're reciting Quran regularly, yeah? Okay, now for those of you who are already reciting Quran but you have mistakes, then you should apply this rule. One word at a time. Okay? Now, if I were to teach you some qaida rules, some rules inshallah ta'ala that will enable you, that will lessen your mistakes when you recite Quran, let's do that inshallah ta'ala. Let's look at the first word here. Right, look at this first word here. Call it confusing word. This word here starts with the shadda. The first haraka on top of a letter. By the way, this shadda is on top of a letter. What letter is that? Let's see if you guys can answer fast. What letter is this? A lot of people find it confusing. This letter is the letter that on top, I'm going to highlight it in green. This letter here is Noon. Barakallahu feekum. Cas_H0. First one to answer. TikTok. Well done. And this is Ha. Yeah? MashaAllah. Life awesome. You awesome. Well done for answering first. Noon is green. Ha is blue. People find it confused. People think this means this is Kha. No, it's not. Now pay attention. Pay attention. The first haraka on top of Noon is Shadda. The first thing on top of Noon here is Shadda. And then we have a Fatha. When we have a Shadda on top of a letter, it means we are reading the letter twice. So the first time we're reading Noon as a silent letter, and the second time we're reading it as an active letter. Here is a problem. We do not start any Arabic word or sentence with the silent letter. How would you read it? How would you read this silent Noon? You can't. For you to read a silent letter, you need an active letter with it. For you to read a silent letter, you need an active letter with it. Example. You have a friend who's very quiet all the time. This friend needs someone to speak on behalf of him. Otherwise, no one would know him. Everyone will ignore him. So inshallah, you can do a favor to your friend who's silent like that, yeah? Now, I'm going to show you here a playlist. On my YouTube, there's a playlist. Look on top there. Home, video, shorts, live. By the way, for those of you who like and share that shorts, well done to you guys. Live, playlist. We're live here. Yeah, you see this video is live. Playlist. Scroll down to playlist and I have an entire playlist called Qaida 11. This one. I want you guys to watch this video here. Silencing the Arabic letters. Trying to make the title a bit catchy, huh? Silencing the Arabic letters. Very important. Free video. Okay? In fact, what I'm going to do here, share the video. Click it right now in the chat so the video is saved, and then come back to the live. Just click it. The video is shared right now, yeah? Okay, allow us to continue. You're talking about Qaida 11 without selling it yet. I'm not trying to sell it. Okay, we can go back inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Now this noon, the reason we have a silent noon here is because in case there is someone who wants to join these two verses. Someone wants to join these two verses, they are going to take this and join it with noon. Alright? But we're not doing this at the moment. We are assuming there is nothing before this noon. And we are new to this world. Someone is saying in the comment, can we learn the meaning? No. No. I said no. Focus with me now. Nahnu. So cancel the silent noon. Now we are only focused on the noon with the fatha. Because the silent noon is only read with the letter before it. Samajariya. Noon fatha with the ha sukoon nah. Now you see, now ha, the silent ha makes sense, right? Now the silent ha makes sense. So noon fatha with the ha sukoon nah, noon dhamma nu, nahnu. 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 Noon fatha na. قاف ضمة صاد شدة قص صاد ضمة صو قص نقص. Now I'm going to explain the silent and the active collaboration here. We have active letters in Quran, we have silent letters in Quran. Active letters can be read on their own, silent letters need active letters before them. And we have different types of silent letters. We have a silent letter that has a sukoon on top. For example, we're reading ha sukoon with na, nah. Sometimes the silent letter is a shadda. Qaf dhamma sa shadda qus. You cannot read qaf on its own. You are reading qaf with sad. Qus. Nah. Qus. And now you're reading lam with ya. Lay. The reason we're reading them together because silent letter must be read with an active letter. Hum. You see what I'm doing here? Bil. A silent letter needs an active letter with it. Okay. نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق. If I can explain a Tajweed rule. Now what we did there was qaida, was spelling rules, yeah? If I can teach you some of the Tajweed rules, and if I were to make this very easy, call it a pronunciation rule. Pronunciation rule. This word is a lot of times read as nahnu, which is quite sad. This word is nahnu. This word a lot of time is read as alayka, which is a shame. This word should be read as alayka, alayka. This is bilhaqi, is read as bilhaqi, which is not good. This word is actually bilhaqi, ha. Not ha, but ha. Like and share. I'm going to elaborate something on these letters, and I want you guys to pay attention. Ha, if this is you, where is you? If this is you, you have a throat. Your throat have 3 different points of articulation. You pronounce ha and ayn from the middle of the throat. You pronounce ha and ayn from here. You pronounce hamza and ha from here. Often people mix ayn with hamza, ha with ha, which is very sad. So people mix these two up and people mix these two up. In certain languages, in some languages, there is no difference between these two letters in the way we pronounce them. For example, in Urdu, we write Hamza like this, but then we say Hamza. Hamza. We write Ali like this in Urdu, but we still say Ali. So we're using a separate letter, a different letter. It should have been, if you're going to say Hamza, write it with Ha, Hamza. If you're going to say Ali, write it with Hamza, Ali. So you should be writing this or this, but they write it with Ha, they write it with Ain, but they pronounce it as Hamza. They pronounce it as Ha. So here, for brothers and sisters from Pakistan who enjoy biryani sometimes, pay attention. Ha and Ain from the middle of the throat. The way we practice this is very simple. Say with me, ba 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 ba. Now you're gonna say ba because you're not used to it, because you have biryani. Ba ba. No, that's a Hamza. Bring it up. Ba, ah. So as you're trying to say ba ba ba, try to put a bit of pressure here. Ba. That's Ain. Don't do that. That's Ain. Let me elaborate. Ha. You're saying ba, Hamza, ba, ha, ha, ha. Try to put pressure here. Ha, ha. That's the ha. Ha. Now that's the ha. That's what? Ha. Someone saying in the comments, Ronaldo drank Zamzam. Really? Really? And someone is saying, MashaAllah. Alright guys, pay attention. Nahnu, not nahnu. Alayka, not alayka. Bilhaqqi, not bilhaqqi. Haqqi. Innahum. This rule is being elaborated before. Every time you see a noon with the shadda, you do Every time you see noon with the shadda, every time you see meme with the shadda, you do إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وزدناهم هدى. Is this alif or ya? Question of the day. Is this alif or ya? Take a moment to think about it and comment. Take a moment. I'm saying this word and I'm saying huda. MashaAllah. For those of you who are saying this is alif, well done to you. Well done. This is alif. If this was ya, I would say huday. I'm not even saying, I'm saying huda. You see that sound? That's an alif sound. Now some of you are going to say, but Ustad, you said there should be a small alif here. Yes, I said. But I never said to you, that don't listen to me. And then just look. What am I saying? I'm saying huda. I'm pronouncing alif there. That sound is alif. Huda. That's alif. The reason they didn't put a small alif here, although that's what they do in the Quran, and I'm going to show you example. Iftara. They put a small alif for you so you know this is alif. But they're not going to do that all the time because they want you to be smarter. And you are. Huday, no, this is huda. The reason they didn't put a small alif here because the person who is going to join huda with this word here, the person who's going to join these two is going to say huda wa rabatna. If they put a small alif here, then you are going to be saying huda wa rabatna, which is a mistake. You see why they didn't put a small alif? Because they don't want you to be joining them wrong. But they know that if you stop here, I'm sure you can figure out this is alif. Come on, if it was ya, it would have sukoon on top. It wouldn't be left like this. There is a possibility that this is ya. For example, if there is a kasra here and this was a silent here, this was empty, then we say hudi. That is a possibility, but not here. Not here. Yeah, not here. Barakallahu feekum. Ya shabab, ya ayyuhal boys, ya ayyuhal girls. I hope you are benefiting. I hope you're paying attention. So today we covered verse number 13 from Surah Al-Kahf. The reason I'm focusing on these verses because I really want you guys to pay attention and learn this surah, because this is a surah we recite every single week. And now as I finish teaching you verse number 13, I'm realizing no one here was paying attention enough to say, Ustad, last week we learned verse 101. How did you guys not tell me that? I should be teaching you verse 102. I just remembered that I told you guys that I'll be teaching you verse 101, 102. Marwa is saying, can you read the verse again? No. Not gonna read it again. For those of you, about 68 of you live on TikTok, about 53 of you live on YouTube. Guys, you're blessed, you're chosen. Saturday is not really a day when people watch live streams, Quran. They're trying to prepare themselves for Ramadan, but you guys are blessed, you guys are chosen. So it's amazing to have you guys here. For those of you on TikTok, if I can invite you all to join me on YouTube, you'll have a full screen experience, because when I share my screen, this screen next to my face like this, you see, you'll be able to see everything much more clearly and better. So join me live on YouTube instead, so you can have a full view. Now we're gonna go for Q&A, because I see a lot of you want oh, my face came so scary there. A lot of you got a lot of questions. And now, before I take your questions, inshallah ta'ala, let's talk about the topic of finishing Quran in the month of Ramadan. So, last week I touched upon this topic. And let me remind you, inshallah ta'ala, one more time. This Ramadan, inshallah, we are going to be finishing an entire Quran online. I'm going to get some of you to join me in the class. And for those of you who will join me in the class, I mean, my students who are registered in Zoom Madrasa already, whether you are in my Tajweed program or Qaida program, you will have access to some special features. However, I am going to open the door for everyone who's not part of our madrasa to take part in this program. If you are in the program, then you have access to certain special things that people online don't. However, people online, they will be able to participate, they will be able to practice Quran or read Quran with us. Our aim here is to finish it one entire Quran in the month of Ramadan. If you hit the follow or share button, or subscribe button, you will be notified, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. When it comes to the topic of finishing an entire Quran in the month of Ramadan, the question arises, Ustad, why should we really? Yeah? And sometimes I get this question from people who are lazy, people who don't want to finish, and so they want to ask me this question to get an answer. No. It's not really a must. You don't have to. What do you mean you don't have to? Do you have to watch Netflix? Do you have to have social media account? You don't have to, but you choose to. If you can choose to do so many unnecessary things in your life, why question, Ustad, do we have to finish Quran in the month of Ramadan? What sort of a question is that? Embarrassing question. Now the question should be, Ustad, can I do it? Can I finish it more than once? Ustad, how can I finish it? How can I read it better than last Ramadan? What do you mean questioning? Questioning an act of ibadah. Subhanallah. I find it very funny when people ask these sort of questions online. As if people trying to find an excuse. Oh, I don't want to do it. Can you give me an excuse so I can just go and not do it? Behave. Okay, let's talk about this. It's been a long tradition that people, when they prayed Taraweeh, they finished Quran in the month of Ramadan, an entire Quran. Not only this, allow me to inspire you, allow me to put some facts in front of you. It is narrated that some of the Sahaba, companions of the Prophet, they recited an entire Quran in one night. So guys, finishing one entire Quran in the month of Ramadan is not a big deal, is not a huge achievement. I know some of you trying to look forward to something like this, you're planning for it, but let me remind you, there are people who have finished one entire Quran in one night. And there are some masajid that I know, I've heard of them. Every 5 days. Every 5 days in the month of Ramadan they finish one Quran. So mean every single night they are reading 1/6 of Quran. Are you guys with me? There is something called manzil for those of you who have blue Quran. You know, the one that's Farsi writing or Urdu writing, call it. There's manzil. There are 7 manzils in Quran. So manzil is a way of dividing Quran into 7 pieces, 7 parts. So there are people who finish an entire Quran every single week. So don't think finishing one Quran in the month of Ramadan is a huge achievement. It's something that is so huge. It's not. To people who finish every night, to people who finish Quran multiple times, one Khatam is nothing. It's just a beginning. But inshallah ta'ala, we can start with one Khatam. For those of you who never done one Quran in the month of Ramadan, it will be an amazing journey inshallah for you. If you dedicate 30 days, an hour or 2 from your day every single day, your life will change forever. Wallahi. I know it is as simple as reading Quran. Maybe you don't even understand it fully. Something as simple as reading Quran. By the way, Khabir Khan, thank you very much for the super chat. May Allah bless you. Super chat is when you chat and you put some money, and then I get the money and I can have some chai shai. You know what I mean? Thank you very much for the super chat. So even if you don't understand the meaning, if you don't want to spend time doing everything else, just by reciting Quran for 30 days. For those of you who can't read, listening to Quran attentively for 30 days can transform your life. You have no idea. Faizan Ali, thank you very much for the super chat. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. Jazakallahu khairan. I don't know that currency. It's like I don't know that sign, but thank you very much. Are you guys following? So this Ramadan, for those of you who never aimed, who never finished one Quran, you should have an aim to finish one entire Quran. So how do we do that? Well, as I explained the last week, you have to start off by understanding that Quran is a need, is your spiritual need, just like you have your physical needs. Water, drink, samosa, pakoda, biryani, physical needs. Sunlight, jogging in the park, physical needs. Your spirit have needs. And for as long as you keep ignoring, your spiritual needs, are you guys following? You will live a very depressed life. Nowadays, everyone wants to talk about mental health. Everyone wants to talk about rights. What about rights of your soul? What about rights of your creator? Subhanallah. I don't want to say anything about, mental health or self-help, because I'm not an expert in this area, but I listen to a lot, because of course I want to improve my life myself. But when you ignore your spiritual needs, once you ignore who you are and why you were created, you start ignoring that. Your life become a mess. And I'll give you an example. Phone. You see, I buy a phone and they tell me to buy a case with it. I don't have to buy the case, but they tell me, buy the case so you can protect your phone. If I don't buy the case for the phone and the phone falls and smashes, can I take it back to them and say, look, you guys didn't build the phone, it wasn't strong enough, it smashed? They will say, no, you should have protected it. You should protect it. You guys with me? So just like that, your spirit have needs and you are meant to look after those needs. Because if you don't do that, if you don't look after your spiritual needs, you're not going to enjoy food. You're going to start getting bored of the food, regardless of how nice the restaurants are. You're going to start getting bored of those nice fancy cars, whatever that is. And I'm sure you can go to people who have these things and you can speak to them for yourself. Unless they're lying to you, they will speak the truth. The best example I can provide you here, live, without showing my fancy car. Oh, did you guys see my car? Did I not show you guys my car? Where's my toy car? That's the car I can show off. The only thing I can show off here is the number of followers or subscribers that I have. Wallahi. 70,000 subscribers on my YouTube, alhamdulillah. And I'm trying to hit 100k. Just for the sake of fun. It's not nothing big. 70k is the same as 7,000, same as 700. It doesn't matter. Like if I check my YouTube studio, 70, 78, 7, it's the same. It doesn't matter that much. Khalas. You get used to it. Don't we all get used to dunya? If you start watching movies every single day, twice, 3 times a day, you get bored of watching movies. Last time ever, a'udhu billah, I watched some series. I'm not gonna mention them. I wanted to finish them, so I started watching twice every day. Wasted my life and I got bored of them. I stopped watching them. I'm glad I got bored of them. It was a waste of time, waste of life. You see? So, when your spiritual needs are not met, this dunya becomes boring. It becomes a very dark place. It becomes very boring, very depressing. Hunayn, may Allah bless you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hunayn is saying, MashaAllah, you're teaching Al-Quran for free. Shukran, afwan, Habibi. Jazakallah khair for the super chat. Are you guys with me? Are you guys following? So, Ramadan is a moment, inshallah, for you to start your journey of becoming a companion and friend of Quran. And I have a very good news for those of you who haven't memorized Quran, but you're inspired to become one. If you do your best your entire life to become with the people of Quran, like the people of Quran, recite like people recite Quran fluently, and you die and you never achieve this goal, on the day of judgment, you will be resurrected with people of Quran. Imagine that. Like all the hard work I have to do to become a hafiz of Quran, you're going to get the same reward because of your intention. If you don't meet that goal that you had, even if you never finish Quran, because you had the intention, Allah Azza wa Jal will get you together with the people of Quran on the day of judgment. But you have to have that intention. Barakallahu feekum. So for those of you who intend to finish one entire Quran in the month of Ramadan, the first and the most important tip I can give you today is that you start from today. You do not wait for Ramadan. Guys, develop 5-minute habit with Quran. 10 minute. It is embarrassing that we have time for everything else but Quran. Please look at your screen time on your phone. Look at your screen time. And if you brag, if you say, oh Ustad, I only used it for 30 minutes the entire week, the same 30 minutes, 5 minutes every day, roughly, you can spend it for Quran. 5 minutes. And be consistent, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah? Now, I'm going to go to the question here because the question is very important, mashallah. So, here is an important question, so pay attention. What's the point of reading entire Quran if you don't understand 99% of it? A question there on TikTok. A very good question. The answer is, just like you live in a country and you benefit from the welfare system or the laws that they have without even you knowing the laws. Let me explain one more time. I don't know how electricity works, but it's still benefiting me. I'm using those lights, I'm using this light, I'm using PC, I'm using the camera, I'm using this. I don't know how electricity works. I don't need to understand. Just like I don't understand how the food is cooked, but I just eat it. Just like I can benefit from a lot of other things in life without understanding the meaning of the work and everything behind it, I can benefit from just reciting Quran. Should this stop you? Should this be your target? I'm going to read Quran and I'm only going to read it? No. Your aim should be that I'm going to recite Quran. I'm going to become fluent at Quran. I'm going to build a companionship with Quran. And once we are friends, I'm going to start spending more time. I'm going to start understanding Quran more and more and more. You see? If I spent all the time when I was memorizing Quran to understand Quran, I would have never finished memorizing Quran. My Quran teacher, mashallah, was very fun. May Allah bless him. Sheikh Hassan Al-Awfi. May Allah bless him, guys, say Ameen. Sometimes he used to talk about very small verses. Wallahi al-Azim. I remember days when we were in madrasa 3 days. For 2 hours, every single day, for 3 days, we just talking about one verse. My teacher is talking about it. Quran is so beautiful, it's so deep, it's so full of meaning, it is amazing. Look, there can be a book written by a human, and you can read it once, and you go over it again and again and again, and you still don't understand it. True or not? Written by a human being, A book that is written by a human being, sometimes it takes you 1, 2, 3 times and you still don't understand what they're trying to say. How about book of Allah Azza wa Jal? Something that Allah said. Impossible. It is impossible for you to say, I read it and I understand it once. Yeah? There's so much treasure hidden inside this book. So, that should be our aim, that one day I want to be able to recite, understand Quran. But understanding Quran only, yeah, that is not what we should aim for. We should aim for it along with so many other things. And I'm going to clear a misconception here. Sometimes people have this misconception. They say, I'm going to become a pious person once I understand Quran. Yeah? I'm gonna connect to Quran. I'm gonna read Quran once I understand it. No. Once you build good habits, once Allah guide you, once you ask Allah, oh Allah, please guide me, oh Allah, make me from the people of Quran, and Allah make you from the people of Quran, then you will be connected to Quran and read it every single day. Not understanding. A lot of people who understand Quran don't even read it every day. An example, a lot of people who know Arabic language, they understand the general meaning of Quran, they're not connected to Quran. So it's a misconception that people think, if I understand Quran, I'm going to be pious. No, if you have hidayah, if you have tawfiq, if Allah guides you to. So you ask Allah for guidance. You ask Allah for hidayah. How many of us know that praying Fajr, for example, is very important? We know that. Do we apply it? Do we do that? We don't. So how can we say, Ustad, if I understand the meaning of Quran, then this and that and this and that? So start with something small. One of the tricks of shaitan, the only reason I'm saying this, I'm trying to direct you to the right way. One of the tricks of shaitan that he will get you confused. One of the tricks of shaitan that he will get you busy with something that is so big that you never achieve it. So he can drift you away from something important. For example, you're watching this live stream, and it's about Quran, it's all good. But your mom have asked you to clean your room. She asked you, there are guests, you're making biryani for them, go get some dahi, some yogurt. Shaitan is getting you to disobey your mom and sit here and watch this and say, yeah, I'm a good person. No, he's tricking you. He's drifting you from your main duty, which is duty to your mother. That comes first. So sometimes when people say, no, there's no point, I'm going to understand Quran. And they never do that. They use that as an excuse to not read Quran. Now shaitan is showing you something so big, so huge, and he's drifting you away from something so small. Guys, for those of you who don't read Quran regularly, start off by listening to Quran. You're going to sit down, put a timer, listen to Quran, do nothing else for 5 minutes every day. That's how you develop relationship with Quran. So that question, inshallah ta'ala, answered. Barakallahu feekum. Let's take another question, inshallah. Marwa is saying, is OCD linked to not fulfilling your spiritual needs? Allahu a'lam. You have to ask someone who understands these matters deeply. Someone is asking a question and he's saying, brother, I have a question. What a good question that was. All right, we're taking your questions, inshallah ta'ala. Ustad, how can I learn reading Quran? Can I attain this goal until Ramadan? Okay, so I have a story for you guys as I read this comment from Ahrur. Ustad, how can I learn reading Quran? Can I attain this goal before Ramadan? I had a student last year or the year before, and this student was messaging me too much. And the reason this student was messaging me so much, because this student wanted me to start teaching him Quran now, so by Ramadan he can read the whole Quran. I see a big problem there. I said to him, look, I can't teach you one-to-one unless you're part of my online program. He was straight away, he went and he subscribed to my online program. He said, I'm ready, can you please teach me. Now, because he was very passionate, I booked 2 sessions with him every week. 2 sessions every week. Before the month of Ramadan, he booked about 16 sessions with me. 16 sessions. Look at the problem now. He attends the first session, the second, third, fourth sessions. He forgot. He was asleep. He didn't wake up. This is a person who paid for their sessions. Fifth, sixth session, fell asleep again. Seventh session, eighth session, oh sorry, I couldn't wake up, I got busy, this and that. And by the time they got to Ramadan, that's it, that was the end. Next 8 sessions, half of them he attended, half of them he didn't, and slowly he disappeared. What happened there, guys? Where is the problem? The problem was no discipline, but too much passion. Bahut jazbati, too much passion. Yeah, I want to do this, but there's no discipline. There's no discipline. Remember that famous karate master, Bruce Lee? He used to say what? He used to say that fear a man who have practiced one kick for 1,000 days. I'm sure he meant kick by his leg. Who practiced one kick every single day for 1,000 days. He said, I would fear someone who have practiced one kick every single day for 1,000 days than a person who can do 1,000 kicks in one day. Because if you can do 1,000 kicks in one day, that's your passion. You all of a sudden, you're motivated. That doesn't mean you're disciplined. And guys, what you need with Quran is discipline. Now I have a very, very strict policy. I do not teach anyone one-to-one unless I see there's a discipline. Because trust me, I know people who are willing to pay and are still not disciplined. And I really try to help some of the parents, students understand. If you have no discipline, you can learn with me, you can learn with whoever, you're not going to be able to last long. You are very soon going to quit. And that's what happens again and again and again. I have 11 years of experience and I see this happening all the time. And it's not about money. Sometimes people, even when they pay, they cannot be disciplined. How many people pay for their gym memberships but never go to gym? How many? Because it's free. Sometimes because it's free. Sometimes because even when they pay, they don't have discipline, self-discipline. Barakallahu feekum. That's what you need before Ramadan, self-discipline. Once you have self-discipline, inshallah, I can show you. We have a Qaida program you start with. We have Tajweed program, but that only works for people who are disciplined. I have a lot of people who would join my online program, never attend live sessions, don't do online courses, don't do what they're supposed to do, never join the WhatsApp group, and 2 months later, it didn't work for me. You see the problem? Ya Allah. How can we get a free Quran class? This is a free Quran class right now. No. All right. Okay, so brother, the parents of the girl I want to marry are denying me because of cultural reasons. I'm really sorry, my respected brother, you're on a wrong stream. I'm really sorry. Please find someone who can help you with this matter. This is a Quran. And the only love we care about here is the love of Quran. That's all what we care about. Okay. We'll show you how to join my online programs. I'll tell you that, inshallah ta'ala. Mas So is saying, Ustaz, any tips for how to beautify your voice? You can find this answered in my previous podcast. I answered this question in my previous podcast. Please find it there. Maryam is saying, I have difficulty reading the Quran. I can do it, alhamdulillah, but very slow. I made many dua and I found this channel, alhamdulillah. Maryam, this is the link that you need to. Where's the link on? Here. Go to this link, watch all the videos. It will help you a lot. Yeah? Okay. Someone is asking, discipline kaise aaye? This is a very good question. See, I like these questions. So, someone is asking in the comments, Shahbaz is saying, discipline kaise aaye? How can I discipline myself? Wallahi thumma wallahi. It is sometime a decision that you make, a very good decision, very strong decision, firm decision. I'm not going to eat sugar from today. A very firm decision. Yeah? And when you make a firm decision, it have to be based on not just emotions, based on some facts. The reason I'm not going to have sugar anymore because of the consequences, because of the bad things that are happening to me or will happen to me if I continue having sugar. So you understand the consequences, and sometimes there are consequences and there are things that are so amazing if you discipline yourself. I'll give you an example. If you stop having sugar, you will avoid all these bad things, but this is not enough for, to keep me going. This is not enough. If I stop having sugar, I'm going to look younger, I'm going to look better, I'm going to live healthier. I'm going to stop having sugar crash. These are all the amazing things that you will gain by disciplining yourself against having sugar all the time. So you got to have a very beautiful vision of what you want. A compelling reason. Are you guys with me? But that itself is not the key. Because a lot of people have that, but they don't have tawfiq from Allah. Look, when you're trying to get closer to Allah, you're trying to ask Allah for help in matters like Quran, like your deen, spiritual guidance, you have to ask Allah. And wallahi, if Allah choose to discipline you, khalas. If Allah want to help you, you won't need any other methods. Ask Allah. So look, you have to have a burning desire, compelling reason to do something. You're always seeing people of Quran, you want to be like them. Compelling reason, not just, I like it, whatever. You have to have a very compelling reason, very good reason why you want that. And sometimes what helps is that if you have a very bad experience and you're trying to escape that. So when I was memorizing Quran, the way I developed discipline, because if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'll be punished very severely by my teacher. And if I do it, there wasn't really anything promised. I remember once my parents said, I will buy you a computer if you finish this and that. I never finished it, but yeah. So you see, these two things can help sometimes, yeah? Barakallahu feekum. So I'm going to quickly, guys on TikTok, jump over to my YouTube because this phone is about to die. Jazakumullah khairan. So we continue the topic here. So that's number one. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal. Please start off by asking Allah before you go for any tips. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube on how to be disciplined with Quran, how to be regular with Quran. Please watch that. But definitely you have to write down a goal, aim, a vision that you have. That I want to be the person who starts the Quran, day with Quran. Something like beautiful like that. And you have it written somewhere. That can help you become that person. A lot of us ignore or don't understand the power of vision, dreams, goals. Yeah? Barakallahu feekum. We don't understand that. TikTok, I'm live on YouTube. Jump there. So you got to have that. Next, you got to have some tarbiyah. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of us lack that. Tarbiyah is when someone forces you to do what you don't want to do because you don't have self-discipline. Something a lot of people run away from nowadays. Oh no, I'll do it myself. You don't. You can't. You have to accept that. The only reason I'm a hafiz al-Quran, the only reason today I know Quran off by heart because of my parents, because of my teacher, not because I wanted to. I used to be in a madrasa, look outside the window, I want to play football like everyone else. Like all those kids on the street. That's what I wanted. Discipline. Alhamdulillah, my parents had that discipline. Every single day. They take me to madrasa, take me back, follow up, teach me at home. Discipline. My teacher had discipline. Look at that. Because of their discipline, I am who I am today. It's not my choice. It wasn't my choice. Kids don't have discipline. You have to discipline them. You have to teach them. You have to train them. So, forget emotions. Forget all this, I'm going to get motivated. Oh, Ramadan will come out. No, that won't last for too long. Focus on building good habits. Find a teacher. Find a teacher who can pull you toward your goal. No, you have to. Who can force you. Yeah? Because wallahi, without self-discipline, you're no one. And with discipline, you're everything. You can achieve so much in life. You cannot even imagine, wallahi, if you just have discipline. There's the one thing you can take away from today's podcast is find a way to get discipline with the Quran. to be disciplined with your salawat prayers. If you can do that, your life will change, wallahi. May Allah bless you all. We'll continue next week, inshallah ta'ala. I'll be seeing you next Saturday at 9 a.m. May Allah bless you all. It's amazing to have you all and be here with you. Inshallah ta'ala, Quran Khatam program will be coming soon, next week or by next week. We'll be seeing the different options we have, inshallah ta'ala. We'll release the program soon. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of Ramadan. I have a good feeling that we will be able to reach that goal, inshallah. I'm trying my best to release one video every day on my YouTube, 2 shorts every single day. It will help if you guys share, like, or leave comments. May Allah bless you all. See you all next week. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.